What is up, guys? You already know it's your boy Kagi back at it again with a new video, and in this video I'm gonna give you an overview of Axie Infinity NFTs. Initially I started this video as top gaming NFTs, but Axie Infinity deserves a video by itself because there's so much to it, and I don't go too deep into it, but at least you get an overview of all the NFTs that Axie Infinity has to offer. I am uploading a video of top gaming NFTs, and I'm including Axie Infinity obviously, but I have to reduce the time on the top gaming NFTs because it's too long. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the video. Alright, so let's get started. The first game I'm going to talk about is Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity has a variety of NFTs you can get into. They have rare collectible pets that can be battled against other players to earn crypto in arena mode. These pets can also be bred, and depending on the set of DNA they possess, they can sell for a good amount on the marketplace. Axie Infinity also has land plots in which you can use in land game mode. Each land has unique characteristics, and depending on the location and rarity of the land, you can find cheaper or more expensive lands. Axie pets can also be used to play on the land to mine resources and fight monsters to earn rewards. It is expected that those lands could potentially be rented in the market for players that do not own them. Lands are very limited. Axie Infinity also has items that help you boost your XP, boost your Axie abilities, and boost your overall land gameplay experience. Depending on the rarity and what the item offers, the value can be higher or lower. All in all, it is important to dig into the game deeply to understand why some of these NFTs are higher or lower in value. Alright, so the first NFTs I'm going to talk about are Axie Collectible Pets. So Axie Collectible Pets can be used to fight other players and in the LAN gameplay mode. I'm not going to go too deep into this because I do have a video on Mystic Axies and why they're so expensive and how to value them. The other day they sold for $165,000, 4 of them for $165,000. That's a total of 473 ETH. You got Mystic parts, Axies, and there are a different level of mystic parts. So if an Axie has a 1 mystic part, it's going to be a little bit less expensive than an Axie that has 2 mystic parts, right? 2 mystic parts already double the amount, the lowest price. And then if you go to 3, it's actually insane, 160 ETH. And if you go to 4, that's a crazy amount of money. On these Axies that don't have mystic parts, the price can fluctuate depending on a variety of things. You got the purity of the Axie, you got the cards that they have, you got the looks of the Axie, you have how many breed counts they have. If they have a lot of breed counts, that means that you can breed one Axie with another one. If the breed count is already done, it's gonna go lower in price because somebody might not want to buy it because they can't make babies out of it. So let's talk a little bit about land. So this is where the land gameplay is gonna go on. Land gameplay is not out yet, but it'll be out very soon. So the first thing you want to look at is the rarity of the land. You got Savannah, you got Forest, you got Arctic, you got Mystic, and you got Genesis, and they all have different prices depending on the location and the rarity of the land. Even within the Savannah land, which are the least expensive, there are rare lands within the Savannah land. So that's something you got to understand. So obviously, if you're next to a road, it's basically going to be by default more expensive. As you can see, this one is 0.5 versus this one that is 0.94. That's a good price. That's a corner land. You got a corner and you got roads. Why are roads important? Basically, roads are going to get you from point A to point B quicker. The other thing you want to look into is how close you are to the middle. Once you cross that river, this is basically the middle, right? Once you cross, it's going to be more expensive right by default. The other thing you want to look at is how close they are to a pink node. Pink nodes are very important. That's where you're gonna PvE. That's where you're gonna go into dungeons. So if you have a land next to a dungeon, it's basically more valuable than any other land because you're right next to the dungeon. And then on top of that, when people step on your land, you get governance tokens. You get rewarded when people step on your land. So if you have a land next to a dungeon, most likely people are gonna step on that land almost daily. Obviously, there's a lot of pink nodes. But once the game blows up and you got millions of players, that's for sure people are going to step on it. So if you go to pink nodes on Mystic, obviously they're going to be way more expensive. Look at that, 15 ETH, 15. You got 5 ETH here. So that's pretty much it for land gameplay. There's way more to it, but there's still a lot to be known. So I'm gonna leave it there. All right, so the next thing we're talking about are items. Items can be used in land gameplay, and they're gonna boost your Axie XP. They're gonna boost your land gameplay experience. And if we click on one of these, this is a common one. So this is a common one. Let's click on it. And it says Beast and Bug Axie start with 1 turn of magic shield. So they give you powers for owning these items. And these items are also decorations for your land. So let's go into Mystics. Let's look at this plushie. Increases Axie map travel speed by 10%. Increases all aquatic Axie base stats by 20%. So as you can see, this is increasing the speed travel of Axies, which is incredible. Because we talked about it in land. The more access you have to travel, the more expansive the land is going to be. If you're next to a road, next to a river, or whatever, it's going to be way better for you. So having an extra 10% speed is going to basically give this item a higher cost. And there's not a lot of those. There's not a lot of them. If you go to All Mystic and you search by name plushie, let's go to plushie. This particular plushie, aquatic plushie, if you go, there's only 251 items. So if you own one of these, you're a big dog. You're a big dog. So basically, look into this game. This game has so much to it. It's so hard to just go into it and explain everything. But there's a lot to it, and all these NFTs are insane. And all of them are reflected within the game, which is very important. It's not a little collectible that you have and you just look at it, you know? You actually play with it, which is added value, more added value to it.